Welcome to Reality with Ree. That's me. Today we are covering 90 Day Fiancé Season 9, Episode 6. Let's get into this. First up, we have Ari and Biniam. Ari takes Biniam to New York City, and Biniam was like a kid in a candy store. He looked so happy and excited. He was amazed at the size of the buildings and how busy it was there. He saw a water fountain for the very first time and tried it. I was like, aw, we are just so used to everything. And that was kind of cool to see him experience something that we take for granted for the very first time. I just thought it was a cute moment. I really did. I can't recall the first time that I used a water fountain. Can you? Sometimes we take the small things for granted. So, moving along, Ari is concerned about how they're going to pay the bills. However, Biniam is a dreamer and wants to make it big as an MMA fighter. She thanks herself for being the grounded one in the relationship. So is going to another country and getting knocked up by a local there being grounded? I'd say that's acting like some teenager who hasn't really fully developed. But anyways, next up we have Emily and Kobe. We did not see them featured on this episode, so maybe we'll see them on next week's episode. Next up we have Cara and Guillermo. So with Cara and Guillermo, they decided to link up with two of her closest friends. The lady and gentleman were a couple. They were fiancés. So the woman friend began to grill Guillermo. I think the most important question that she asked him was, what did Cara do that he didn't like the most? He said that when she drinks a lot, he said that she can be dramatic and argumentative when she drinks. To me, it sounded like Cara can't hold her liquor in very well, so that when she gets drunk, she's a hot mess. That's what it seems like according to what he's saying. Ladies and gentlemen, if your significant other's behavior or demeanor changes when too much alcohol is consumed, then you might want to think long and hard before getting in any deeper with that person. Just saying. It almost seems as though Cara may have a drinking problem based off of what Guillermo is describing. And if she has one, she needs to go and seek help. Ladies and gentlemen, if you or your significant other has a drinking problem, please get some help. Stay healthy, be healthy. Just saying. Next up we have Bilal and Shai. Bilal wanted to take Shai to her first religious activity at the same complex that he's been attending since he was coming up with his family and even his ex-wife. They were on their way to the facility, and Bilal decided to joke with Shai. She didn't like it and smacked the back of his head. He didn't like that at all. And then a very colorful and hands-on conversation ensued. It must be noted that she touched him multiple times during this spat, and they weren't love taps, or at least to me, they didn't really seem like love taps. Bilal threatens to pull the car over, and he eventually does. Bilal is upset and all up in his feelings and decides to basically withdraw and turn his emotions inward. At the religious function, he doesn't really introduce Shy to people, and Shy is kind of left to fend for herself. She did meet his ex-wife for what appeared to be a few minutes. They left, and then Bilal and Shy had a talk later on that evening. They were supposed to be going out on a date, but they needed to talk about this instead, or at least that's how Bilal painted that picture. They talked it out and reached somewhat of an understanding. We'll see how it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, if your significant other puts their hands on you in such a way, speak up and let it be known that it bothers you, that it makes you feel uncomfortable, that they are in your personal space. Our personal space must be respected at all times. And if it becomes a pattern of behavior, run! Just saying. Next up, we have Jabri and Miona. Jabri's mom wanted to help teach Miona how to use their washer and dryer. Miona was surprised that our machines don't have the actual temperature, as in like degrees, Fahrenheit or Celsius. We don't have that on our washing machines, those kind of measurements. Jabri's mom noticed a clothing top that was going into the washing machine. She didn't know what it was. She didn't know that it was a top, so she asked Miona what it was. Was it something for her hair? And Miona said that it was a top. Jabri's mom expressed her concerns about how she dresses in very revealing clothing. What got me was when his mom asked Miona if she would consider dressing more modestly if her husband is around. Say what? Why is she asking Miona? I wouldn't be asking. I would be telling her that these are the rules and you have a choice to abide by them or you'll have to go. A little later on in the episode, Jabri pulls his mom aside to basically check her. Yeah, he was trying to check his own mom. Like, are you for real right now? Is this really happening? See, he had a problem with how she was coming at Miona. His mom was asking him questions during this discussion and trying not to make him mad in the process. You know, kind of tiptoeing and skirting around the issue or whatever. To me, it almost seemed like Jabri was the parent at times and his mom was his child. There should never be confusion as to identifying who's the parent and who's the child. Just saying. He's talking about what he will stand up for and what he won't do. Get out of here with that mess, Jabri. About his mother. Lady, please, you're the mom and he needs to respect you. And so does his fiancé. And if they don't want to, then there's the door. Just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like living with your parents or your significant other's parents, then please, by all means, get your own place. It's not rocket science. Actually, you should have had your own place to begin with. I've suggested that before. But anyways, get your own place. Just saying. Next up, we have Yvette and Mohammed. Well, here comes the drama over the bidet. Why are we having drama over a piece for a toilet now a second time in one season? Like, come on. It's a toilet fixture, for goodness sakes. Like, how many of you guys argue over a toilet fixture? Anyways, so Muhammad was in the other room playing with Eve's son and decided to go see what was going on. Now, mind you, a male plumber had showed up at the front door and Eve let the man in, and somehow Muhammad didn't know, or at least that's how they've edited it to seem. I don't know if that's really true or not. I'm not sure how someone could show up at your front door and be let in and you are completely oblivious. I mean, her house does not look like a mansion that is that huge. But anyways, so the plumber man gets started working on the bidet. Eve is inside the, master bathroom near the man. And Muhammad decides to see what's going on. And he saw a male plumber helping to install the bidet and that Eve was close by. He decided to get all up in his feelings to let Eve know that according to his religion, it is not appropriate for a woman to be alone with a man for their own safety. Like a woman can't protect or defend herself. Like, geez, like, are you for real? Anyways, Eve pushed back a little bit on it, but it appears that this will be the first argument over their cultural or religious background, like their differences. Ladies, if your man is a different religion than you, please have those crucial conversations earlier on in the relationship, not when the man has moved into your house. Just saying. And last but definitely not least, we have Patrick and Thais. Patrick and Thais go to make breakfast. This is her first morning in the States. And his brother is in the living room, it's an open floor plan, it appears. His brother is in the living room playing video games while drinking a beer. Thais calls him out for drinking beer so early in the morning. The brother decides to join them in the kitchen and to make a steak. And when he goes to flip the steak drops and falls on the floor. And then he insists that they all should eat that steak that just dropped on the floor. Patrick and Thais don't feel comfortable with that idea. The brother said a couple of comments during this scene where he kind of put down Thais' culture. He asked, aren't they known for drinking a lot of alcohol? And that basically, since, where she is from, shouldn't she be willing to eat the steak off the floor? None of that is cool at all. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a family member or a friend who is throwing digs at your significant other just because of where they are from, please kindly and respectfully call them out on their stuff. Just saying. They went on to play miniature golf, and Patrick had a little one-on-one chat with his brother. Apparently, they have gone through a lot when they were growing up. They had a tough upbringing. Love seemed like it was in short supply within their family when they were coming up. So it seemed like they kind of maybe trauma bonded or bonded through those challenges and those struggles, him and his brother. So Patrick doesn't really want anyone to pass judgment on his brother for being how he is. Patrick Patrick wants Thais to get to know him better because they're going to be family. He wants her to fall in love with him as her future brother-in-law. I believe that Patrick's brother may have a drinking problem. And, it appears that 90 Day Fiancé loves to cast main characters or side characters who may possibly have a drinking problem. I believe that if someone may have a drinking problem, then national or international TV isn't where that person is supposed to be just yet. They may need to get some help before seeking the limelight of show business, reality TV, or etc., etc. Just saying. Well, that concludes my recap for season 90 Day Fiancé, season 9, episode 6. There are so many seasons, and you don't want to get confused on which one it is, right? But anyways, season 9, episode 5. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please like this video. Please comment down below. Please share this video and all that jazz. And I will see you next time with Reality with Ree.